Welcome to Lifestyle Buzz Today with Orlando. Fresh, innovative, entertaining talk about topics we are all in one way or another involved with. And now here's your host, Orlando Burgos.
Well, hello, fellow Earthlings. And today I feel very special because we're welcoming also Martians and Venusians to our show too. So if you're there, send us some laser signals or something. Welcome to another edition of the Connection to Better Living, or the antidote for boring radio. Speaking of boring, Gladstone's on the Beach is closing in September.
I read that. Yeah, I did read that. It's 60 years it's been there, I believe.
It's been there forever and ever, but you know what they're going to put there?
I read it was going to be a new project coming from Wolfgang Puck.
Wolfgang Puck. Another weird pizza place or whatever.
Another $28 pizza place.
Yeah. It's really funny because there's a lot of places that people go like, oh, they've been there forever. Remember Duke's? Just up on Malibu, up the road?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And then the Seal, it was like, you went there because it had this really old-style, charming ambience about everything, There was no formality. It was just like Gladstones, peanuts all over, just the barrels of peanuts you could just go grab and put them on the table and eat. People seem to not appreciate that flavor that these places share.
I've noticed too, yeah, when it comes to dining, that a lot of people want what's hot, quote unquote hot, then not hot in terms of spiciness, but like what they're writing about in the fancy food magazines rather than something that's been there and been consistent for the past 75 years.
Hey, you know what is really funny is that you go to one of these foo-foo places of today and they go like, oh, our specialty is scallop a la Mike, And they give you a scallop, good-sized scallop one, and with this concoction around it, and probably a little ball of beet or something that complements it, and it's $30. And people go like, oh, well, hey, magic. You can go buy a scallop and do the same thing at home.
Yeah, what really bothers me is I had a recent experience where I was taken to a restaurant, a very new, fancy Italian restaurant in a very gentrified area here in Los Angeles. I'm hesitant to say the name. And, I like Italian food, and we got in there, and the tables are all very close together. The music was oppressively loud, and the food, like you said, I got chicken parmesan, and there wasn't any pasta served with it because everything else was a la carte. It was family style, quote unquote, but everything was a la carte, and it was not a great dining experience.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a French restaurant on Sunset called Thai?
Not in years.
Huh? I think it's still around, right? Anyway, that place was fantastic because you went there and it was a long table like you would see like in the movies and stuff like that. And they bring you a common plates. They bring you your own dish, whatever you ordered, but there was also common plates of salad and soups and that type of stuff. And it was very communal, very, very brought people together, So anyway, we have a great show for you guys today, a lot to talk about. So why don't we take a break? We'll be right back.
Experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
All right. So, I got very active in reactivating our travel agency, the Lux Travel. It was always it was kind of quiet because I was concentrating on doing certain things only. But with the advent of the situation that happened in Hawaii, and the many calls that I got from people that know me from the travel business, and here's the weird thing is that I don't particularly sell Hawaii. My concentration is in the Latin America market. But it seems to me that people don't even do enough research or whatever. I don't know how many calls and emails saying, is it safe to travel to Hawaii? Well, yes, it is, absolutely. Not Maui, but the Big Island is open, Oahu is open, Molokai is open, Kauai is open. So there's plenty of choices. And what happens is that if you just think about Maui and not go to Hawaii, you're actually harming the entire region because your dollars are needed in order to bring Maui back to a splendor that it was before. And it's going to be different. I mean, Lahaina is gone. The historic beauty of Lahaina, sadly, is gone. So eventually, Lahaina, the name is still there. The infrastructure is still there. So it'll be rebuilt, and it's going to be new. My only hopes is that they do something like it was before in modern materials, but like it was before. Have you ever been to?
No, I went to Maui, but we were on the North Shore. Lahaina and Guanabali Beach. That's on the northeast, southwest. That's on the southwest side.
Southwest side.
Yeah, actually, a friend of the show, Ron Say, who's a friend of CRN. He actually was
the baseball player.
Yeah, he was in Maui when that happened. He was on vacation in Maui, and he had a very harrowing tale to talk about. You can check that out on podcast on Spotify. We'll see about that. But yeah, he was able to get to the other side of the island with help and get out of there. With help of a travel agent. With the help of his long-term travel agent, he was able to find lodging for a day or two on the other side of the island before he can come back. But like you said, there's a lot of places to visit in Hawaii, be it Honolulu, be it all sorts of the different islands. But like you said, Lahaina is going to be changed forever. Mm-hmm. I imagine that they will rebuild and they'll probably come back stronger, but it's going to take some time.
Yeah, it is a definite situation where evolution happens. I mean, and I have to tell you one thing. We just went through a hurricane, last week, I guess?
I guess a tropical storm, but yeah.
Tropical storm, yeah. It was overbuilt. I mean, I actually went on my regular visit to the market because I needed water, regular water. I drink alkaline water. So I went to get my regular stash, only to be surprised that the shelves are totally empty. I think I sent you a photograph.
Yeah, I think we talked about it that day because we were wondering, whether or not we should come in and do the show. Because based on the media reporting, it was like the Category 5 was bearing down on us. I had the exact same experience. I went to the market. It felt very similar to March 2020 when COVID first started because there was no paper towels, no toilet paper. There was no bottled water, as you said. Yeah. People were in line, filling up their tanks. It was an interesting experience.
Well, now we have plenty of toilet paper now. No, we didn't really go that route because I don't know. I sometimes I just don't buy into the hype. I'm careful. I made sure that the cars had gas, the whole thing. But other than that, I don't know.
I felt kind of the same way, although there was moments of anxiety I did have when I'm like, well, maybe I'm not taking this too seriously because we've all heard the stories about people, especially who live on the Southeast who go through hurricanes regularly.
Right.
And they'll be like, well, I'm looking at the radar. This is not going to happen. It's going to veer to the east, veer to the west. It's going to lose steam, and I'll be fine. And then I'm wondering, I'm like, well, what if it actually is some sort of historic storm and we lose power for weeks, if not months? And, maybe I should have some cash. Maybe I should have, like a lot of bottled water or gas in the tank, like you said. Maybe I should clean and load my guns. But that was fleeting. And after a while, when I'm like, when's this happening? There's no winds. It just rained a lot.
Now you're doing the rain dance on your backyard, going like, well, okay, come on.
Exactly.
I got all this stuff now.
They built up to so much. I never lived through a hurricane. Earthquakes, riots, wildfires, gone through all that, but never a hurricane. And I was kind of like, oh, what's this going to be like?
Of course, it became an issue with the fact that, it's climate change, Forget it, okay? I'm not convinced about any of that. There has always been storms. I find it a little bit self-serving of the fact that a lot of these people, all of a sudden, there's a little bit more rain than necessary. Climate change. It's like everybody's into that groove, And I think that is creating more stress by worrying about everything than just every day is a new day. Live it up. If you need to take care, take care. Now it really ticked off because they took our boat from the street here.
Yes, the CRN yacht has been taken.
The CRN yacht, yeah.
It's been taken away, sadly. But, maybe you never know. It's Chatsworth. Another one's probably going to show up soon.
Well, it's been on my Facebook now, getting a lot of comments on it, a lot of kicks. Anyway, we're talking about the traveling. Time to travel. Time to go out. Seriously, traveling is one of the most therapeutic things that anybody can do. It doesn't mean that you have to go to the other end of the world. It doesn't mean that you have to go around the world or spend every last nickel you have on going out. The whole idea is to be able to leave your troubles behind for a little bit of time, be it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, a week. Doesn't matter. Just get yourself together so you can cut off from your normal routine and go out and spend doing whatever comes to mind on that particular day.
Yeah, and this is actually my favorite time of year to travel, which would be like a late summer, early fall, because you avoid a lot of the tourists. Traveling anytime is fun. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Traveling you can do year round, but this, as it gets into September and you take a little trip, especially, it's going to be, great when the leaves start to change and things start to get a little cooler. So it's a great time to travel right now.
But you know what is really funny is that I've traveled practically all around the world. And in my travel company is primarily the Caribbean and Latin America, okay? But one of the best trips that I've ever had was going to Yosemite Park and staying at a beautiful little hotel or whatever it is, little lodge, just outside of the South Gate. Because at breakfast time, you see all the trees. You're up above and seeing all the trees and everything. It's beautiful. So, yeah, the idea of getting away, you don't have to go far. Just get away. We'll be right back.
Fred Dreyer here. When you're young, your immune system is strong. But as you get older, coffee, alcohol, and fast food makes your body acidic. And every disease known to man can attack you. But now there's Balance 7. In just 3 days, it starts diluting the acid buildup in your body to bring your immune system back online. Are you tired of just being sick and tired? Balance 7 is the answer. You'll notice less joint discomfort, more energy, and heartburn is no longer a problem. I know because I use it every day. Right now, try Balance 7 and get $15 off your order, a free bottle of My Smooth Skin, free shipping, and a money-back guarantee. Call 800-793-9039 and mention my name, Fred. That's 800-793-9039, or visit balance7.com, code word Fred. 800-793-9039, code word Fred.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing and always need to stick your fingers to test your blood sugar. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. Apply a discrete sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger sticks. If you are living with type 1 or type 2 diabetes and you use insulin or have had hypoglycemic events, you might be eligible for a CGM through your insurance benefits. U.S. Med partners with over 500 private insurance companies and Medicare. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill your insurance. Call us today for a free benefits check.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
Hi, everybody. Michael Horn from CRNDigitalTalk.com. You know, we provide you with the best in talk radio. 8 channels of talk radio, for radio on the left to radio on the right. Sports talk, business talk, religious talk, Spanish talk. You name it, we've got talk radio for you. All at CRNTalk.com. Well, now we bring you video as well as audio. That's right. Watch your favorite shows like the Fred Dreyer program, What's Cooking Today, What's Cooking on Wine, The Lounge, Richard Nixon Live, and so many other shows on video right at our website, crntalk.com. You can also watch us on Roku. Just search CRN Talk, and you can watch us on any Roku TV anywhere in the world. Also on Facebook Live. Just go to facebook.com/CRN Talk. Roku, search CRN Talk. Facebook.com/CRN Talk. Check us out on Tiki Live and at CRN Talk too. Video for you talk fans, all from CRN Talk.
You know, one thing I forgot to mention, and I want to ask you. We talked about cruising one time, and we discovered a new way of cruising. What about river cruising?
River cruising, I've heard actually from people who I know who have done river cruising and open ocean cruising. They love it. They absolutely love it. There's one river cruise, I believe, in England down the Thames. That was supposed to be one of the great trips you can do.
Yeah. But you know what? It's really funny because if you really look at cruising in Europe, like Germany and all those old countries with the historic, if you look at the map, you can almost walk from boat to boat to boat to boat. It's like super overcrowded. I've done river cruising in the Amazon, and that by itself is like, out of this world. Because you're in the middle of nowhere. You actually, in this day and age, you actually go places where you buy from the little villages blow darts made with a little cotton ball in the band. You know, you don't get the curare, but you can actually, you can actually hurt somebody with those things. And they go far, you know. But it's a totally different education to be out there in the jungle, looking at the wild animals and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah, one of the most biodiverse places in all of Earth.
That's it, man. And then you swim with actually pink dolphins. The only thing is that they're in a river where at the bottom there's electric eels.
Yeah, I'd be pretty concerned about swimming in that water.
So you need to be kind of...
Also, the giant anacondas. I don't know about that. It's a little bit scary.
They love to hug you, Mike. You're being weird there. Anyway, no, just go out and enjoy yourself. There's a lot of stuff to do. It's better than staying home worrying whether you should change your car to an electric car or whether you should just get rid of your gas appliances. Who's going to be in control of your kids? I mean, that is such a stressful situation to live in. And I recommend people to just chill, roll back, don't fall for the trap.
That's a really interesting point you just made there. I never really thought about that way. That's, a lot of us can't, by nature of just society that we're living in, can't control a lot of stuff that's going on in our lives.
Right.
But when you go on a trip, a vacation, that's actually something that you can control. You can control where you're going. You're going to control where you stay. You're going to control what sites you're going to see. You're going to control what things you're going to eat.
That's actually what makes it so important. And I always say it is the best de-stressor, because you live that life for, let's say, 7 to 10 days, okay? You cannot help but come back with a totally different outlook of your local surroundings. And you know what? You go like, this is America, the land of the free. And I was freer over there than I am here. Why? That is actually the purpose of why a radio like ours, or all the shows that are put on CRN, are very important, because they have topics that are controversial. They have topics that are known and readily acceptable, but also topics that put the mind to work. And I think that is something that we don't see from mainstream media, be it Fox News or CRN. They both push one particular agenda to the left or to the right, all the way to the maximum. Nobody is doing center line. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that's one of the great things about having so many networks and being a digital platform, is that we can have, all sorts of different content, even within the same 2-hour block. For example, we could have a conservative show followed by a liberal show. We'd have a sports show followed by a wine show. We'll have a travel show followed by, what's after you? 2 p.m. Sunday? A food show. So, yeah. I mean, we'll put anybody on.
Yeah, no, I mean, that is actually one of the things that I talk to people a lot, is the fact that for some reason or another, there's a lot of people that overthink the process of engaging the brain into different topics. They feel like they're going to be laughed at, they're going to be hated, they're going to be... And you know what? Who gives a hoot what other people feel? I mean, you have to do what's in your heart. So that's it. Think for yourselves, and let's travel. When we come back, the table.
Experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident, or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation commission on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-540-9750. 800-540-9750. 800-540-9750. That's 800-540-9750.
When you really want Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Today, it seems so hard to enjoy just a little bit of easy. So much of life seems to get in the way. But fear not, seekers of fabulous food and fun and thrill. Columbo's is Southern California's answer to Easy Street. Great grub with some of the finest steaks, the freshest fish awaiting for you to devour. Did I mention Columbo's family Italian recipes? Columbo's spaghetti bolognese, their chicken pesto ravioli, magnifico, and of course, the world's greatest meatballs. I can go on. But why go on when you can go on over to Columbo's and experience delicious and easy for yourself? Columbo's, of course, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, mangia bene.
Now you can get generic Viagra shipped to your door for about $2 a pill. Get the same impact for less. Call Steelman Pills now and get the same blue pill for about $2 a pill. Call now for the 50-pill special and save even more. Plus, get a free bonus.
800-605-1683. 800-605-1683. 800-605-1683. That's 800-605-1683.
Hey guys, is digital currency coming? Well, surprise, it's already here. Does that mean the end of cash? The end of privacy? Maybe social credit scores? Find out how to protect yourself, your family, and your privacy this weekend on the Gold Standard Radio Show with Ken Russo and me, Jennifer Horn, and always at MidasGoldGroup.com. That's MidasGoldGroup.com.
The Gold Standard with Ken Russo and Jennifer Horn every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time on CRN1, as well as Sundays, 7 p.m. Pacific Time on CRN1.
All right, welcome back to Lifestyle Buzz with your pal Orly at the mighty, super mighty CRN. We have programs of all kinds 24/7, so this is the place to be. Tune us in. Leave the dial alone. Michael, you're a very inventive type of guy. What is more versatile, a potato or an egg?
Oh, an egg. An egg, for sure.
An egg?
Yeah. But, well, yeah. I would say an egg, definitely. If I came home and I only had an egg or some eggs or a potato in my fridge, I can probably do more with those eggs than just with that potato.
All right. You name your poison. Make us a Mike special omelet.
Omelet? Well, I'm not really an omelet guy. I never really got the flip down. What I like to do is I like to make either breakfast sandwiches or like kind of like a poor man's Benedict. Poor man's Benedict meaning I'll get some English muffins, split those up. I'll do my maybe, don't judge me, a little bit of American cheese, either some bacon, sausage, some sort of meat, and then I like to do the egg fried and runny, so the yolk itself kind of becomes the hollandaise sauce. That's what I like to do personally with eggs. Yeah. I also like to use eggs a lot when I make like fried rice. I'll definitely do that, and every once in a while I'll make deviled eggs.
Yeah. Deviled eggs are like one of my favorites too.
Yeah. I think we might have had this conversation before, where every Thanksgiving, someone brings a lot of deviled eggs as an appetizer, and I eat so many of those things, I'm pretty much full by the time the meal's served.
I know, you can't help it. It's like peanuts. You start with one, and then you take a nibble of one, and that's it. It's all gone. It's a two-biter, actually.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Okay. All right. So what would you do with a potato?
Potato, I do like a really good baked potato, but that, that requires a lot of accoutrements. You got to have your butter and your sour cream and your salt and pepper, your freshly cracked pepper. I like green onions on there, maybe some chives. That's pretty much what I like to do with potatoes, even though I should say, though, that I've been experimenting a lot with the air fryer. And I find a lot of the frozen potato products, be it tater tots, be it frozen French fries, be it hash browns, do very well in the air fryer.
I still don't have the hang of the air fryer, to be honest, and either I'm not doing it right, or maybe it's time I read the manual, I guess, because what it is that I find the French fries and everything else to come out very dry, very
Yeah, there's a couple ways to do. I've noticed that too. I back off the heat a little bit. They say that you want to do your frozen French fries at 400. I bring that back to 350. Also, what you can do too, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of the air fryer, because it's supposed to be, ease of use as well as a little bit healthier, is that you do them at 350 so they come out a little bit soft and a little bit floppy, and then you finish them in like a skillet with a little bit of oil to get that kind of crispiness in.
I mean, nothing beats a twice fried French fry in duck fat.
Oh, of course, yeah.
God, you can't go wrong. Well, I do a lot of stuff also with eggs too, and I like omelets. Although the old standard, I got pretty well at the flipping, Although I'm still sometimes I overdo it, and the things goes sky high, and when it plops down upside down, it goes,
Problem I had when I tried to make omelets and learn how to do them is I would overfill them, which is a big no-no.
Yeah.
And so I'd end up with more of like a frittata at the end than an actual omelet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, more than one time I started my omelet really elegant with a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Put the eggs in there, and then all of a sudden it's like, what the heck, so just mix it all up and that's it. But for me, a nice omelet would be, I always put a little bit of chorizo, the pork and beef chorizo. Gives it a nice...
The Spanish style chorizo or the Mexican style chorizo?
The Mexican style.
Okay.
So put it there, get it nice and liquidy, and then I start putting whatever meats there are. I always either, if we have leftover meat of some kind of steak or whatever, I'll chop that, put that in there. And then peppers, mushrooms, tomatoes. I'm not much for the onions and the eggs type of thing, little bit of cheese, and then beat the egg, put a little bit of milk in the egg. Then on the egg, I actually season it. I put salt, pepper, and sometimes something else, whatever the powder is there. Pour it in, and then just kind of move the pan around, And when I start getting a little loose, flip it. I am successful probably 85% of the time.
Do you do it like in a non-stick pan or a regular pan? A non-stick pan? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just a good 8-inch. 1 egg or 2 eggs?
Well, 3 eggs.
For an omelet. 3 eggs.
3 eggs, of course. Yeah. 1 egg's not going to do it. Unless you're doing an omelet that has no filling, which is actually like their traditional omelet. You see that a lot in France.
I do the 1 egger if I'm doing, like, say, a sandwich with bacon or something, just folded. Perfect.
Are you like a cage-free egg kind of guy, or does it really not matter to you? Can you not tell the difference?
Michael, I wouldn't know a cage-free egg from
I can't tell the difference either. Farm fresh eggs, though, definitely you can tell the difference.
One of the things that I have noticed, though, in certain markets, the eggs are bigger and the whole really nice, but for some reason, the shells are really thin. Really, sometimes they crack before you crack it and spills all over the place,
Always check, too. Like, don't just throw the carton of eggs in your cart. Open them up and inspect those eggs.
I do that before I put
plenty of times where I've gone to the market, bought eggs, not checked, got them home, and 3 of them are broken.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so now we know potatoes or eggs, they're both great dishes that you can make. Okay? We'll be right back.
ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 800-785-9618. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-785-9618 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 800-785-9618 right now to schedule your tax-deductible vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-785-9618 now.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. That's 800-349-6855.
Welcome back. Now, the topic that we've been talking this morning or this afternoon have a purpose, and that is that they all lead to a phenomena that is actually getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that is called burnout, and is becoming a little bit of an epidemic. And a lot of people think that is it's a medical condition when it's actually an emotional exhaustion, physical fatigue, something in the cognitive that creates weariness. Do you know anyone that actually has been through burnout?
Yeah, I think everybody goes through burnout at some particular point, just a matter of what degree.
But it's actually becoming something that is growing. It's more ingrained today, because where a lot of people used to say, oh man, I'm fried, I'm burnt out. Let's go to the beach tomorrow and go, you know. Today, for some reason or another, I see people just chew on it, chew on the problem. You know, oh yeah, I'm burned out. Finally, like chewing gum with no more flavor. Or they don't know what to do with the wad. You know, it's just like, and they start going to WebMD, I guess, you know, and buy gummies or whatever, instead of taking a step back. I think. Now, I'm not a doctor. I've always said it. I don't have a medical degree, but common sense, though. I lived long enough to know common sense, that you should always step back and look at the problem from every angle. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think a lot of people, I think you're right. A lot of people just be like, I'm burned out. But they don't, and they just think it's because they needed the day to not do anything and not look at anything any deeper about why they're burned out. Mm-hmm. Because if you talk to a lot of people who work and do what they really love, they don't get burnout.
Right.
And so you have to evaluate what's going on in your life. Or if you for example, you do a job and it's just a job to you, you don't necessarily love it, you don't hate it, but it puts money in your pocket and you don't have anything else going on in your life besides that, that can really increase the level of burnout. So you need to have, you need to be well-rounded in your life.
Well, that's actually one of the reasons why I never been in agreement of the work from home force, because you live 20, 30 miles away from here, right? So you come here and you cannot help it, but on the way over, there is always something that catches your eye. And you go like, whoa, that's either a nice car, a nice lady, whatever, palm tree, whatever. I mean, there is always something that moves your eye away from your problem. And then you kind of get you in the swing of things, turn the volume up a little bit, and you're in a different mood. When you are working from home and you wake up in the morning, there are many people who don't even take their slippers off anymore. I mean, people are working and they don't no longer care if they're in pajamas or in their chonies, seriously, or a tuxedo for that matter. So I think that leaving your home, when you come back, it makes you notice things that maybe need to straighten out a little bit. Maybe you go like, oh, wow, the flowers are dying, change them.
Yeah, I mean, my commutes, it's 89 miles round trip, each way that is. It takes about, around 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending on traffic to get here. And I use that time, though, especially I really enjoy podcasts. And so, most recently, this is right up your alley, I was listening to a multi-series podcast about the history and the competition between the Hilton Hotel Corporation and the Marriott Corporation. Okay. And I would not be exposed to that kind of stuff, learn about that, unless I was listening to these podcasts. And I had this bank of time, almost 2 hours a day where I can just sit in my car. It's very nicely air conditioned. I can, drive very safely. And, once you do a commute so long, it becomes you're on autopilot. You're just, not, and you just kind of immerse yourself in the podcast. And also on the way home, I'm able to, let's say I have a dinner after work or something like that. And I'm able to kind of decompress in the car, kind of review what went throughout the day in the car. And then when I get home, I'm like, okay, I'm done with that. And now I'm off work. I'm out of work mode. And now I can dedicate my thoughts and intentions to my personal and private life.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly the well put. Because, I by being in one setting, and I see it close to home. I have people that, my family, they work from home. And I see that there's a deterioration in their lifestyle. They either no longer make up the bed because what the heck, I'm just right there, or whatever. And it's not that they're badly mannered or anything. I mean, it just becomes a comfort level to be to relax.
Also, if you work in a business too, where some people are at home and other people's are in office full time, that can create some resentment between the people who are in office and the people that work from home.
Yeah. All right. We'll be right back.
Discover Tuscany in California at Allegretto Vineyard Resort by Ayers, located halfway between San Francisco and Los Angeles. Allegretto Vineyard Resort is nestled in the heart of Paso Robles wine country and evokes the character and charm of an Italian estate. Voted as one of the best wine country hotels by USA Today, indulge in memorable experiences as you tilt back a glass of award-winning Allegretto wines. Savor a locally farmed and foraged cuisine at Cello Ristorante and Bar while enjoying soothing spa treatments from the boutique Spa Allegretto. Experience the handcrafted joy today today. With rates starting at $209 per night, Sunday through Thursday stays throughout the month of August. Use promo code COOK at AllegrettoResort.com. Book your Tuscan-inspired getaway today with promo code COOK at AllegrettoResort.com. ALLEGRETTO Resort.com.
Savor the past and savor the glory days of Las Vegas. Enjoy 70 years of true Las Vegas history as 4 generations of family wait to greet you at the legendary Bootlegger Italian Bistro. Wine, dine, and experience Mama Maria's award-winning original recipes while surrounded by original family photos and celebrity memorabilia. Enjoy piano artistry nightly with music from the Great American Songbook in our main formal dining room. The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, open 24/7, 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South. In the entertainment capital of the world, the Bootlegger Italian Bistro, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South. In the entertainment capital of the world. It's Vegas, baby.
No more mold, no more damage, no more outdated old bathroom, no more slipping and hurting, no more stress. Make your ordinary bathroom extraordinary for only $99 per month. New shower, new door, new tub, new wall, new anti-slip technology. Be stress-free. Call 800-973-5411. BCI Bath and Shower is made in America for the highest quality. Ask about our military and senior discounts. Your dream bathroom in as little as 1 day. First 50 callers save $1,500 on a Never-Clear glass treated door. Call now for free premium color upgrades. 800-973-5411. Call BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in bathroom remodeling. Be smart, safe, and stay a step ahead of inflation with our interest-free financing options. Call 800-973-5411. Love your bathroom with free upgrades. Call 800-973-5411. 800-973-5411.
All right, and just to close the last segment, find yourself a relief valve. You do need to get rid of those angst that come up and, talk to people. I mean, there's a lot of people that just chatting away, complaining a little bit, groaning and moaning, and then move on. It's good. You need to change the scenario. So, instead of worrying about everything that is being talked about, there is never anything positive in the news anymore. So you need to make your own positive vibe. And I recommend that you tag along with us because that's what we're all about here, trying to build up your resilience to negativism. Did I get inspired on that one?
That was very nice.
Yeah, what can I tell you, man? It's poetic. No, there's a lot of stuff coming up. I have to confess that I've been in a little bit of a funk for a few days now, for a while now, actually, because I have no patience whatsoever about things. I want things to move faster, And when I'm depending on somebody else to make up their mind about one thing or another, I get frustrated as all heck. Do you ever get those days?
Yeah. What frustrates? Yeah, totally. Especially when someone's like, well, this might happen, and the might in that quotient affects a big part of your life.
Yeah.
It's like either yes or no. I understand why people do that because they want you to plan contingencies for both sides of that. But you really can't fully plan contingencies or move forward on those contingencies until you have the answer.
That's just what the problem is that, and I have to tell you one thing, I have to confess one thing, that at one point, I was very financially strong, okay? I mean, it just happened to be like that. And because of bad decisions and whatnot, and many other factors, like the COVID and things like that, I went through money like there was no tomorrow, to the point where, like right now, I'm building up again. And that's one thing that I know how to do. The only thing is that where before you used to meet with people face to face, make a deal, shake your hands, move on to something else. Today, everything is electronic. Send me a text. Oh, well, fax me this. And you never actually get to see people face to face or on the phone. People don't talk on the phone anymore. People don't deal on the phone anymore. You know? So it's send me a text. Do what's up. Oh, man.
Yeah, I called a vendor the other day, a company that I work with, and a gentleman that I've worked with, before, and his sales associate says, well, he actually prefers email from here on out.
I know. And then you look at it and you go like, what happened to personal? What happened to personal? See, I'm old enough to where I lived without social media, and I did very well with it. I lived without computers, and I did excellent with it. You know, I was one of the very first with a cell phone, and before that, I didn't care about cell phones. You know, so I know how to be self-sustained without all the gadgets on a personal basis, but not from the other side up. You know?
And then you do send the email, and then you get the automatic response, oh, I'm out of the office till Wednesday.
I know. You love those. I mean, seriously, chill. You know what? Chill. Listen to us. All the shows here are very uplifting at CRN, but Lifestyle Buzz is the cat's meow. So keep track of us here on Sundays at 1 p.m. And see you next week. God bless.